Good morning, guys. This is a tremendously difficult morning. I promised myself when I did these videos I would never do more than one take, and this is now take 4. Oh God. This is it though. If this goes terribly wrong, we're just carrying on. I don't care. We're just gonna live with it. Okay, so today is Wednesday the 15th of April still, and the workout is still mock it. And the workout is gonna be, okay, it's going to start off with a 6-minute AMRAP, so that as many reps as you can of Turkish get-ups in 6 minutes. One on your right, one on your left, one on your right, one on your left. I'm going to demo that in a second. You can use anything you want for Turkish get-ups. You can balance a book on your hand, you can pick your dog up, whatever you want. Maybe you can lay your hands on. In fact, it's quite fun to do odd object Turkish get-ups. So, spend 6 minutes doing that, and then immediately, without stopping your clock, just let it keep running, you're going to go into 21-15-9 for time. Deadlifts, pistols and pike V-ups. So 21 deadlifts, 21 pistols, 21 pike V-ups, 15 deadlifts, 15 pistols, 15 pike V-ups, and then 9-9-9, finishing on 9 pike V-ups. You'll get a time for this that will include the 6-minute AMRAP, okay? So don't worry about reverse engineering and subtracting your 6 minutes. You should have just a final time which will encompass the 6 minutes as well, okay? In the Home WOD app, when you're putting your score in, there's no space, there'll only be a space for your time, okay? So in the comments, put how many Turkish get-ups you got, what weight you used and all that. I actually do really like having a look at that and seeing how everybody else did, how folk got on, so just stick them in there. So I'm going to show you a Turkish get-up. Okay, so when you're going through your Turkish get-up, you're most likely to find that your non-dominant hand is going to struggle a little bit with this. So make sure when you're practicing before you start that you pick a weight that your non-dominant hand can handle. You don't want to get one rep in with your right hand and then find out that your left hand sucks. So we're using my dumbbell of doom this morning. Added danger element, which I rather enjoy. Okay, so it's an axe, a lump hammer, and a standard hammer, all taped together with black nasty tape. It's definitely my favourite homemade piece of kit. Okay, so lie on the ground. One of the key factors to how you get on with this is keeping your elbow locked out. So lock out your elbow, keep it pointing up towards the ceiling. The moment it bends or moves out to the side, this becomes considerably more difficult, okay? Right hand up, right foot flat on the floor, left hand out to the side. Start off by pushing your right foot into the ground, coming up onto your left elbow, coming up onto your left hand. You're then going to create a bridge between your right foot and your left hand. It really helps if from the floor to the position where you're in a lunge, which is just coming in a second, if you look up at your weight. I'm going to look at the camera just now because obviously I'm telling you what to do. Okay, so right foot's flat on the floor, left hand's pushing into the ground. You're going to create a bridge by pushing your hips up towards the ceiling. Okay, it helps if you look up. Okay, once you do that, you're going to swing your left leg. You're going to swing your left leg through. Okay, so push your hips up, swing your left leg through. And what you're looking for is your knee to be on the ground so that you can then come up into a lunge position. Now, you were looking up at your weight the whole time there. Now you're going to look straight ahead, okay? So now you look straight ahead. From there you come up into your up out of your lunge, and then you step back. So if you're holding this in your right hand, step back with your left leg. Reach for the floor, looking up at your weight. Swing your leg through. Lower yourself down, and then control as you come back to the floor. Okay, so that's your Turkish get-up. 6 minutes, one on your right, one on your left, one on your right, one on your left. See how many you can get. Then we're going to move on to 2159 of deadlifts, pistols and pike V-ups. So for the deadlifts, again, you can use almost anything because a deadlift is effectively lifting a weight up off the ground, okay? I'm going to use this dumbbell because it was closest to me. So stand with your feet hip width apart. The weight should be right at your toes or just slightly between your toes, depending on the type of weight that you're using. You're going to push your hips back. Okay, squeeze your armpits shut as if somebody was going to try and tickle you from behind. Push your hips back behind your heels, okay? Now you're going to keep leaning over at your hips. Can't quite reach the weight there yet, you're just going to have to bend your knees slightly until you can, okay? And stand up from there. Hips back. So that's your deadlift. Use whichever weight you have available to you. You can of course use a barbell for this if you're lucky enough to have barbells. Now the pistols, I'm sure this is where everybody's attention went, ooh, what's going on there? Now I'm not going to lie, I am wrecked. This is why it's taken me 4 takes to make this video this morning, because my poor little body is hanging on by a thread this morning. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a beautiful video that my friend Jane did, she's a magnificent athlete, of a pistol. I'm going to stick that in the comments, or if my editing skills can allow this morning, which seems unlikely, I'll edit it on to the end of the video. Probably going to put it in the comments. So, scaled versions of the pistols, you've got, I'm going to give you 2 choices. There's a bunch of things you can do for pistols, honestly, and if you're really excited about it, you can Google it and go, oh, pistol scaling. However, these are perfectly good and require no kit. So, one is to make sure the weight is on the leg that you're going to do the single leg squat on. That's what a pistol effectively is. The other leg is just tiptoes, helping you balance, okay? Now, keep your heel down. You're going to go all the way down. You're trying to get your hip crease here below your knee, but your weight's on this front foot. And I'll tell you what, they feel quite easy when you do one, but when you do 45 of them, less so. So, with the pistols, 1, 2, 3, 4, okay? So you'll do 45 pistols in total. So that's one scaling option. If you didn't catch that, just rewind the video and watch it again. The other one, see if we can show this properly, you're going to hook your foot behind your leg, okay? You're going to hook your foot behind your leg and you're going to try and keep the foot that's hooked, you're going to try and keep it off the floor, okay? So, again, the leg you're balancing on, you want to keep that foot flat on the floor. You don't want your heel to raise up at all. If your heel raises up at all, you're probably going to lose your balance, and your progress towards doing actual pistols is going to become less relevant, okay? So for a real pistol, single leg squat, you're going to need to keep that foot flat on the floor. So hook your foot in behind your ankle, all the way down. You do have to keep your balance still. Hip crease below your knee, coming back up. Now you don't have to sit at the bottom there, it's just because I was talking to you while I was doing it. And then the last one is the pike sit-up, which we've done before. Okay, so pike sit-up. Stretch your hands out above your head, legs straight, point your toes, and you're going to bring your torso and your arms up to meet your feet. Okay, so when your torso comes up, you're trying to make sure your back comes up off the ground. Legs straight, stay as straight as you can get them, toes pointed, and you bring your hands up towards your feet. If that's just a non-starter for you guys, then you can go to a V-tuck instead. Tuck in, stand out. Okay, 2159, that means you've got 45 pike sit-ups to do in there. Try and make the deadlifts significant, as in the weight significant. So if you've got a slightly heavier weight, you know, go ahead and use that today. Pistols and pike sit-ups are both body weight movements, so there's room for going a little heavier on the deadlift. Hopefully, in that 9.5 minute video, hopefully you got enough out of that, guys. Right, okay, so I'm going to stick Jane's pistol in the comments. I am dying to see how you get on with this. I'm really not dying to see how I do though. Okay, right guys, I will see you later.